Early July reaches Brooks River in Katmai, where cold water carries returning sockeye toward Brooks Lake. The long northern day keeps the channel bright, while silver bodies gather near the river mouth. Water flows from Brooks Lake toward Naknek Lake, but the migrating fish move against that current. One adult sockeye holds near the edge of the school before entering the narrower river. Its flanks remain silver, with a metallic green-blue back and a clean white belly. Large black spots are absent from the body and tail, helping distinguish sockeye from other salmon. The fish has spent several years feeding in the North Pacific before returning to fresh water. After entering fresh water, it stops feeding and relies on energy stored during ocean growth. A strong pulse of fish enters Brooks River together, filling the channel from bank to bank. The main fish remains lower in the channel, where deeper water leaves more room to maneuver. Chemical traces in the water help returning adults recognize the watershed where their early lives began. Steady tail strokes hold the fish against current that constantly presses it back toward Naknek Lake. Other sockeye move beside it and above it, reducing the chance that one fish becomes the target. Ahead, the sound and turbulence of Brooks Falls begin to dominate the narrow river. The waterfall drops roughly 6 feet, creating a temporary barrier across the migration route. Thousands of fish collect in the deeper pool below, waiting for a workable path through the falling water. Brown bears gather here because the waterfall concentrates fish along several predictable approaches. One large bear stands on the rock lip and watches for salmon rising through the foam. Another bear waits in the river, facing the strongest line of current beneath the ledge. The main fish holds behind a submerged rock, where the current weakens enough for a brief rest. Thousands of fish collect in the deeper pool below, waiting for a workable path through the falling water. The school sinks deeper and regroups beneath the turbulent surface before another series of attempts begins. Every failed jump spends energy that cannot be replaced during this freshwater migration. The main fish moves sideways, testing a channel where the falling water appears slightly less violent. Current presses against its head and folds the paired fins close against the streamlined body. The fish accelerates from deeper water and rises toward the ledge in one powerful burst. It leaves the surface, enters white water, and drops back before reaching the dark rock lip. The fish strikes the pool, straightens immediately, and returns to deeper water beneath the turbulence. Nearby salmon scatter when a bear steps into the pool and sweeps one forepaw through the water. The main sockeye slips behind that disturbance and avoids the bear without leaving the upstream route. Minutes pass while the fish holds position and oxygen-rich water moves continuously across its gills. Small scrapes now mark the silver body after contact with rock, fish, and turbulent water. Above, one bear catches another salmon while hundreds of fish remain in the water below. A new group gathers speed through the center channel, and the main fish follows close behind. Several fish jump together, briefly filling the air between the plunge pool and the upper river. The first fish fall short, opening a narrow space near the ledge for the salmon behind them. The main sockeye rises behind them with greater speed, carried from the deeper pool below. Its body clears the heaviest falling water and reaches the faster current above the rock lip. The tail strikes hard before the downstream flow can pull the fish backward over the edge. For a moment, the fish hangs beside dark rock while water pushes across the entire body. Then the upper current carries it forward into the river above Brooks Falls. The salmon stays submerged and moves away before the bears can respond to the successful jump. Above the falls, the current remains strong, but the violent vertical drop has ended. The fish slows beside a quieter bank beneath overhanging plants and begins recovering from the climb. Other successful salmon gather nearby before continuing toward Brooks Lake and later spawning areas. Most bodies remain silver, though a few begin showing the earliest muted changes of freshwater migration. The brilliant red body and green head of spawning sockeye will develop later in the season. The main fish leaves the bank and rejoins the upstream flow over clean gravel and fallen branches. The river widens gradually as the school moves farther from the noise and pressure of the falls. Hours of swimming have consumed more stored fat, but the watershed signals still lead toward Brooks Lake. The fish follows that water toward staging areas used before spawning begins later in summer. By late summer, females will prepare gravel nests, and males will compete beside them. Those changes are still ahead. In early July, the main fish remains a silver migrant moving inland. The school spreads through deeper water instead of holding the tight formation used near the falls. Almost every adult here is completing a one-way return from the North Pacific to its natal watershed. The main sockeye disappears upstream through clear water and the long light of an Alaskan summer day.